And now we're going to go for the mother load. And it's so big, I couldn't leave it on the table. This is the baritone saxophone. You can see it's almost too wide for our screen. If I rest this down on its side, it stands almost at 4 feet tall, which makes it bigger than some kids, or as big as some of the kids who play it. You can see all the facets of the saxophone are present. We've got the ligature and mouthpiece here, the neck, and it's got this big curl in it, which is really, really cool. Something unique about the Bari is that it has what's called a spit key or a water key, because most of it's actually just condensation. But condensation and spit will pool right here in this bottom bow, and so something unique about the Bari that the other saxophones don't have is this ability to kind of drain that spit right here, which is kind of fun. You can see fingering system right up here, same spot, and same down here. The difference being that because the mechanism has to be so far spread out on the body of the instrument, there's a lot of really, really, really fragile and dangerous parts to a Bari that if they are bent or twisted or just wind up in a bad spot, it will actually the instrument will just stop working. So this is a gentle and fragile giant of an instrument. So anybody who plays the Bari really does need to take really good care of it. I'm a little bit partial to this particular instrument because it is the instrument that I played in middle school. I started out in 5th and 6th grade on alto, and in 7th grade I switched over to Bari, and by 9th grade I was auditioning and making it into all-state band on this particular instrument. I've played it. I've played this instrument almost twice as long as most of the current middle school kids have been alive. It is, and I would love playing the Bari. It's so fun. It's kind of like the tuba of the saxophone family. And as my great friend and jazz band director and trumpet player friend Kurt Garrison once used to say, I mean, you just unload on some of those low notes and you make the old lady in the front row feel like she's had flatulence. So, lots of fun to do that. We're gonna. Did I pull the harness out? I thought I did, but maybe I didn't. Technically, most younger Bari players will use a full over-the-shoulder harness that distributes the weight of the instrument a little bit more evenly on your shoulders. I just happen to have been big and bad enough as a middle schooler that I just wore a normal alto mouth or shoulder strap or neck strap. So that's what I'm comfortable using. I'm gonna hope that this thing doesn't fall while I pull the mouthpiece off and show you the reed, just so that you guys get an idea about the size. You can see significantly bigger, and the back end of the mouthpiece is a little bit bigger too. And here's the reed, quite a bit bigger. It was kind of a fun challenge as a middle schooler to try and stick the entire reed in your mouth without gagging. I won't try that here. Someone upstairs is not happy right now. I bet he got told. You know, it's hard to deal with. All right. Here is a little bit of sound on the mouthpiece. All right. And here we go. It's the sound of the instrument. Nice and low sounding. It's definitely kind of a string-based tuba of the saxophone family, and it's my personal favorite instrument the saxophone family to play anyway. The one member of the saxophone family that you're going to see in band usually that I do not have here with me, and it's just because it's just not very, very, very normal to have one down at the middle school level anyway, is the soprano saxophone. That is another version that Kenny G used to normally plays with. It's a little bit higher than the alto and has that kind of soulful morning, almost high clarinet range sound to it. In fact, the soprano looks like a giant golden clarinet. The thing about the soprano is that the mouthpiece is so small that it is very difficult to keep in tune, and so we usually reserve that for students who have had a little bit more further training. They develop a lot of strength to maintain intonation using their embouchure and whatnot. So it sounds like I better get off of here and get back upstairs because it sounds like we're just having trouble understanding the word nap time and no. Those are two N words we don't really like around here. So I'm going to jump off of here. Thank you very much to all of you out there who are making it possible for us to stay healthy and happy and at home. If you can, stay there. You medical people, you people who are stocking the shelves, you essential personnel who are out there in uniform making it possible. We couldn't do this without you, so thank you very much for what you're for being out there on the front lines. I'd also like to give a special thank you to our two counselors at the middle school, Mr. Tim Boonder and Mrs. Kim Rogers. They're busy out there trying to get our students re-registered and get our welcome the outgoing 5th graders and incoming 6th graders into our system. So thank you very much to those folks out there. And I went out and had a nice walk with the family this morning. It was a little chilly, but boy golly, it sure felt good to hit some vitamin D on the old epidermis. So if you can get out, go enjoy some of the nice brisk South Dakota spring air and a little bit of sunshine. And until then, until we see you again, keep your head out of the muck, and as my friend Jonathan Fisk would say, rock on.